Today I'm going to be reading The Myna Birds. In a deserted forest in the middle of the mountain, a man built himself a small hut and lived there. He received neither letters nor newspapers, and as there was no electricity, he had no comforts such as television or radio. Still, he never complained of loneliness or boredom. He just lived there with his birds. He did not, however, idle away his time. Actually, he was brewing up an evil plan. The birds he kept were Myna birds, and he had hundreds of them. They were more intelligent and better flyers than most because of their special feed, which he had perfected after a lot of study. And what's more, he trained them faithfully every day. This was what he did. "All right, take it in turns now." After giving this order, he would wait inside the hut. Soon there was knocking at his door. The birds were pecking at the door with their beaks. When he opened the door, they flew in. "Hand over your diamonds," said the birds. "Put them in the bag on my left leg. Do not resist or try to catch me. If you do, I'll throw the small bomb on my right leg. It will blow you to smithereens." With repeated practice, the birds gradually perfected their routine. He nodded with satisfaction. "That's fine. You're ready to fly into town and do your work. Right, off you go. When you're through, come back here." At this order, the flock of Myna birds took off toward the town. Watching them go, he murmured to himself, "What a surprise those townspeople will get when they see all these black birds coming to rob them. There's no defense against a plan like this. Police cars can only go along roads, so they won't be able to follow the birds. And the birds have all been trained to hide under branches at the sound of helicopters. Radar won't be able to distinguish between them and other birds." He waited for them anxiously until they straggled back one at a time. When he looked into the little bags attached to their legs, he found big, sparkling diamonds. The scheme had worked. Everything had gone according to plan. He was soon able to fill a whole suitcase with diamonds. He was overjoyed. "My long toil in the mountains was worth every minute. From now on, I'm going to be rich, and I'm going to live a life of luxury. Well, I must hurry into town to sell my diamonds." He let the birds go and laughed all the way down the mountain. He then dropped in on an old friend and asked for some advice. "I want to sell diamonds. Will you help me?" "Diamonds? You must be kidding." "No, I'm not. I've got diamonds. Look in here. If you help me sell them, I'll give you a cut," he said, opening the suitcase proudly. But his friend shook his head. "I'm afraid I can't." "What do you mean, can't? Why do you seem so doubtful?" "Where have you been? You must have heard the news. Some time ago they discovered a method of producing diamonds artificially. They were overproduced and the bottom fell out of the market. Nobody wants diamonds today." The man who had been living up in the mountains didn't have the faintest idea. The end.